All right, check, check, 1, 2, 3. Hey everyone, it's VM Campos. I think we're ready to go live. I think I've got all of my things set up. I've got way too many windows open on way too many monitors over here. You should see the command central at some point. I should take a photo of this place once I get it all cleaned up, because it looks all nice from this side of the camera, but if I were to turn the camera in any other direction, it would look like some sort of disaster had befallen this room. So, hey everyone, it's VM Campos. We're live. Everything seems to be buzzing okay on my stream thing. Okay, so I'm going to do the 11 a.m. stream. I'm going to talk a little bit first about what I'm trying to do in this stream, and then I'll play. So I've got a brand new deck that I'm working on, my Captain Storm deck. I'm going to switch over to decks. Captain Storm. This is a deck that I'm putting together based on the video that I released on YouTube. It's how to build a Magic Arena deck, and it's using various theories, bread theory, 9-card theory, and I made a video all about that. It's a 50-minute long video, not 15, 50-minute long video. It's like a masterclass. And I made that deck, and I thought it was a fun deck, and I want to make another deck featuring Captain Storm, but I've got to do a little bit of grinding to get my resources to make this deck. If you'd like to see that that video, you can go down there on the link patreon.com youtube.com/vmcampos. There's a totally free entry for that video. You don't have to pay anything. It's just all consolidated at my Patreon. You will pay for something else, but don't worry about that just yet. So you should watch that video. It's a long video. It's a masterclass, and it'll teach you how to make decks in Arena totally for free. So here's what this deck is so far. The bomb of the deck is a 2 card combo. This is a black and red deck focusing on Captain Lannery Storm. She's from Ixalan, a 2/2 creature. She has haste, so she can attack right away. There's going to be 4 of them in the deck, as per the 9-card theory. I've only got 2, so I need to grind to get 2 more rare wild cards. She's got haste. When she attacks, she makes treasure tokens, so she makes even more mana. And when you sacrifice a treasure, she gets +1/+0. So suddenly she can get huge if you sacrifice treasures. Well, the 2 card combo, she combos over with... Where is that guy? Combo... Oh, right here. With the Storm Fleet Arsonist. This is a big old 4/4 pirate with raid. When it enters the battlefield, if you attacked with a creature this turn, target opponent sacrifices a permanent. So I could get this guy out pretty fast if everything plays perfectly. You know, turn 4 instead of turn 5. And if I'm attacking with a creature like Captain Storm, the raid will trigger, and it'll start to cause the opponent to discard or sacrifice a permanent. So that includes creatures, lands, planeswalkers, anything. Now, it's uncommon, so I have the full play set of that. The Captain is a rare. Okay, other things that I've got going on. Grasping Scoundrel, I may or may not have the full play set. I'm still trying to figure out how to do the build for this. But it's a 1/1 for 1, and it attacks, and it becomes a 2/1. Okay, maybe. Here's another thing. The Prying Blade, an artifact. You pay 1 to cast it, you pay 2 to equip it, and every time it deals damage to an opponent, it makes treasure. So there's some ramp right there. I probably want the full play set of this. Direfleet Poisoner. This is a rare card. It's a 2/2. It has Flash and Death Touch. So let's say a big old creature's coming at me. I have 2 black mana open. I can cast her with Flash and take out that big creature. Now, interestingly also, when it enters the battlefield, target attacking pirate you control gets +1/+1 and gains Death Touch until end of turn. So I could attack with some other creature like the Grasping Scoundrel. Someone's going to chump block it, and I can get the Poisoner in a flash and give the Scoundrel a 1/1 Death Touch, and it'll take down any creature. I probably will have the full play set of 4 of the Kitesail Freebooter, a 1/2 for 2 mana, flying. When it enters, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land from it, and exile it until Kitesail Freebooter is on the battlefield, as long as. So this is a way for me on turn 2 to see their hand and then mess with their strategy, and she probably, depending on what they've got, you know, some burn or kill spells, she'll be dead, but I'll have a look at their hand. Right now, because the deck is such a work in progress, I'm far from the 60 cards. I'm kind of just throwing cards in at the moment. Wanted Scoundrel, 2 mana for 3, but if it dies, it gives the opponent 2 treasure. So I'm definitely removing this from the final build, but I just need cards to fill out the deck at the moment. Fathom Fleet Firebrand. I'm thinking about keeping this one. A 2/2 for 2 that you can pump up with Fire Breathing. 1 red, 1 more mana. It gets +1. So no trample or anything like that, but it can get stronger suddenly. So probably 4 of those in the deck. Lightning Strike, definitely 4 of those. That's going to be the removal of the deck. Again, in bread theory, the removal is how do you remove your opponent's threats, and with 4 mana, I think that's going to work very well. So let me just say a little bit of hi over here into the chat. Glad to have you join us. Don't forget to head over to usernames and add a bit about yourself. Thumbs up. And I'll do one more thing over here to the inspector. Just one more thing here. Just one moment. Hey, there's someone in the chat. I'll start the chat one moment. I'm just saying hello to someone over here. Hope you get a complete set. Join my stream live right now. What's my address again? gaming.youtube.com, BMComposJR. All right, so let's get back to this. Okay, so welcome in the chat. I'm just going over the deck that I'm trying to build, and I'm going to do a little grinding in a moment. Okay, Wily Goblin. This is interesting. This is some ramp in red. You summon it, you get a treasure. Treasure can be traded in for any mana. Now, it does require 2 red. So I'm not sure if I'll keep it in the deck. Direfleet Captain. This one's kind of cool, kind of fragile for 2 mana. When it attacks, it gets +1 for every other pirate attacking. Obviously, you want to have your horde going to your opponent, but it can get big. Dead-Eye Tormentor. It's got raid. When it enters the battlefield, if you attacked, target opponent discards a card. I'm just putting it in the deck for the moment to fill it out as I grind, but most likely I will remove it from the final. Fathom Fleet, just kind of filling in the curve. I'm going to remove this later. It's a 3/3 for 3. If you've got another pirate, when you summon it, it won't damage you. If you don't have another pirate, it will damage you. Definitely in the build, Murder. This is part of the bread theory to building the decks. This is the R for removal. I'm definitely keeping this in the deck. I've already got the playset of 4. Destroy target creature. Easy. Instant. We've got Ruin Raider. This is another one I've got in the deck just for filling out the deck at the moment. A 3/2 for 3 mana, raid, and it's rare. At the beginning of your end step, if you attacked with a creature this turn, reveal top card of your library. Put it into your hand. Lose life equal to the card's converted mana cost. So it'll help me draw a lot of cards, but it'll be damaging me. And it's okay for the moment as I test the deck, but I probably won't keep it. The jewel of the deck is Captain Storm. She's a 2/2. I've got 2 of them so far. I want 2 more for the playset. 2/2 haste. She gets stronger every time you use a treasure, and she makes a treasure every time she attacks. Not doing damage, but every time she attacks, she makes a treasure. Lightning Rig. This is interesting. I never played with this card at all until I had to fill in the deck. A 0/5 for 3 mana. Tap it to deal damage. So it's got the classic Tim ability, the classic Prodigal Sorcerer ability, tapping the creature, do damage to an opponent. And when you summon another pirate, it untaps itself for more attacking. Kind of fun. Captivating Crew is really cool. I'm thinking about putting the full playset of it, but it's a rare. 4 mana, 4/3. Then you pay 4 mana as many times as you have mana for. It's not a tap ability. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. And it gains haste, and you can use its abilities, and you use it as a sorcery. So steal their creatures. It's kind of really cool, but it's a rare. If I grind enough and get more wild cards, I might do the playset. I definitely want the playset of the Direfleet Neckbreaker. It's a 3/2 for 4 mana, multicolored. Attacking pirates you control get +2. So my horde is just going to get crazy, +2/+0 every time it attacks. Stormfleet Arsonist, I said again earlier, this is part of the 2-card combo. A 4/4 for 5, which you can probably get out faster with some of the... hello in the chat. One more person is joining us. Thank you. So the combo is you attack, for example, with Captain Storm. She's got haste. Then you summon the Arsonist right after that, 4/4. And with Raid Trigger, opponent must sacrifice a permanent. So that's a creature, artifact, planeswalker, or land. And especially early on, if you do this on turn 3, this can be pretty devastating. And if you've got the whole playset, which I do, you'll be able to do this often and really damage the opponent. Vanquisher's Banner, I like it for the moment to fill out the curve. Give any creature of a creature type +1. +1, obviously I would select Pirate. And then when you cast a creature of that type, you draw another card. 5 casting cost artifact. Hey, it's the animal from Twitter. Looks like a sweet deck. Thank you. I'm still putting it together. This is just a work in progress. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to play some games with it in a moment. And the mana base is, just to start off, 10 swamps, 10 mountains, 3 of the dual lands, Cinder Barrens, which I'm going to definitely remove these because the better card is the Dragon Skull Summit. It's also the dual land, but it enters untapped if you've got already a mountain or swamp. That's rare, so I've got to grind for that, and I'll stay with that. Nothing in the sideboard. I've got to think about it later. But again, this is my work in progress. So let's play. Here's what I'm trying to do. Again, if you're joining in the chat, this is... I made a video that was 50 minutes long. It's a masterclass on building decks. And I already built a deck, this cool dinosaur deck, which I'm going to play with it in a moment. But I'm trying to do that same theory of building decks in Arena based on my video. But I need to grind a little bit. So part of the strategy of the video is you get gold to buy boosters, to get wild cards to build your deck. All for free without paying any real money. And it takes a while to do that. But I've got 475. I've got 475 gold. If I can get 500 gold, I can play Constructed Event, which is 500 gold, and then you get a lot of rewards the better you do. So again, I'm using the gold to get boosters, to get wildcards to fill the deck. So I only need 25 more gold to have 500 to join the event. So I'm going to give it a try to play a little bit with this Captain Storm deck, try to win at least one time to get the gold, to enter the other event, to get the gold, to get the wildcards. So it's convoluted, but that's how you play Magic Arena for free. You can, of course, take out your credit card and buy as many boosters as you want, like you would in real life. But I think the totally free-to-play is just fine. Okay, here we go. So what are we doing here? We've got the tap land, which I don't like on turn 1, but we've got a turn 1 play in the Blade. I like that. And we've got a turn 2 play, look at their hand. I like that. Turn 3, equip the Blade to get more treasure. Turn 2 or 3, you get the 4/3 creature. Okay, we'll start with this. It's not an amazing hand, but it's something. And they're on green. They're going to start with Llanowar Elf. Nope. Okay. So we're going to just take out our Blade, ready to use next turn. Once you equip this Blade, your creature gets +1/+0. If it deals damage to the opponent, you get a treasure, which gives you more mana. More mana, more good. Okay, 2, they are pausing. Something is in their hand. So, you gotta watch out for that. It's in green. Let's look at their hand. Kitesail Freebooter lets you look at their hand, and you can take one thing out of it that is not a creature or land. Okay, that's what they were holding on to, maybe. So this is going to be a Merfolk deck. Honestly, as soon as I see a Merfolk deck, auto-concede. I'm just so tired of the Merfolk deck. But, okay, we might have an advantage so far, so let's not be pessimistic. I'm way too pessimistic on my games. We've got a Murder, so we can deal with any of these Merfolk. We're definitely going to kill that. We'll see. Okay, so anyway, here we can... we've got Murder ready. We can equip for more treasure. We don't need more treasure. Let's bring out a big old 4/3. And and we might be able to get in a few hits with that 4/3. Now, of course, the big downside of this 4/3 is for 2 mana, a 4/3, if it dies, your opponent gains 2 treasures. Okay, so they put the 3/3 on that, and then they have tap creatures. Okay, they're going all in early on. That's fine. They're going to attack with everything, maybe? Okay. I guess we'll bring in our tap land. We will... okay, we'll do the Ruin Raider. We'll do some card advantage here. When I attack this one, I get a card off the top of the deck. I get damaged based on its casting cost. Lands have no casting cost. Now here's the better dual land. It enters if I've got a land already. And what are they going to bring in? Okay, there's another tap my critter. Fine. Going all in. Okay, they're going to hold back to block the 4/3. Fine. I guess at this point we will murder this 3/3. We will equip the flyer, and then we will go all in, so if they block with their 4/2, they don't kill it. Good, I get a treasure. They're down to 12 as well, and they have 1 card in hand. I raided, I get another land. Okay, I'm getting a big old mana. I'm hitting a mana vein. I'm getting mana flooded. Not liking that, but I have 1 card left in hand. I have no murders, no removal at the moment. They go in with a big hit. Okay, mana flood. You saw it here. The algorithm hates me, so I gotta hold back because well, let's switch the Prying Blade over to my big creature here, attack with it, and then hold back for some defense because okay, and then raid. Cool. Okay, there we go. Murder. Nice. Okay, good. Although I'm down to 3 life because of that raid, so I probably won't survive this because they're gonna tap all my creatures and attack. Merfolk players are so obvious. Yep, there you go. So no need to continue that because everything's asleep. They're gonna go all in for 3 damage. Okay, Merfolk. Gotta love that deck. Okay, let's try again. All I need to do is just win 1 time, and then I get the 25 gold, and then I can enter the event and play with a better deck, because this deck is still a work in progress. But what do you all think there in the live chat? Did I concede too fast? Am I too pessimistic? Tell it to me straight. Alright, so again, I've got several early plays. Okay, good, I like this hand. Turn 1, Grasping Scoundrel, so I have a creature. Turn 2, Freebooter, so I look at their hand. Turn 3, the Captain, and she's attacking. Maybe by the time I get to turn 3, I've already drawn a raid creature. And so in theory, this opening hand is what I'm looking for. Okay, so they're in white. There's a murder. Very good. Coming in with my own 1/1 that becomes a 2/1 when it attacks. And we've got Zach in the chat. Welcome. Okay, that's dead. But before we can kill it, we will look at their hand. What are they going to have with some black-white vampires? Ooh, we don't need... Well, okay, here's the problem. I can either take their cage, but then when they've got 4 mana, they will kill it and get the cage back. I can take the contempt, but then they will cage my Mancer. So I'm out of luck either way. They both take 4 mana, although this takes 2... Either I take its whatever, but okay. Then we'll attack. They will not block. Next turn, murder. Okay, well, I guess I've got to wait to... Okay, they need 4 mana for their Scary Knight, or 4 mana for their Contempt, or 4 mana for their Cage. Okay, fine, you sunk my battleship. That's fine, no blocks. Turn 3. Ooh, okay, I've got my combo next turn. Okay, as for the moment, Captain Storm, haste all in. She makes a treasure. I'm ramping. Next turn, they have 4 mana. Most likely they'll kill my freebooter, but then I'll attack with Captain and then Arsonist. Okay, there's their 4th mana. They're gonna kill something. Okay, no, they're gonna do that. Excellent. They misplayed because they've been trying to save all their mana to then kill that. So right now we can murder that 4/4. I think that'll be the better play. That's going to get out of hand if we let it. Then we're going to go all in. They will not block the Lieutenant because they need it. Oh, okay, they will. That's fine. Let's Lightning Strike that out of the way here to save our Captain. And then she'll get stronger, but she already got blocked. So, okay, 1 damage. Next turn, they're going to Vraska's Contempt to get back their Cage. Or they're going to play aggressively. Here it comes. There we go. Okay, so they're going to get back their Cage. And they've got a Vanguard. Okay, so here we go. Here's our... I'm doing all of this with only 3 mana, which means then I won't have enough for the Arsonist. Okay, well, we'll get out our Blade. We'll make her stronger. We'll go in for attack. Maybe a block. No, okay. So now I've got the 5 mana again. Okay, I'm going to get exiled next turn. What I really want is to get that Arsonist out as a raid trigger, so I guess I'll get out the Fathom Fleet, which is a 3/3, which will damage me because I don't have another pirate. Then I'll attack with the 3/3, then I'll do the Arsonist. Kind of circuitous, but they've got nothing in hand, so that might be good. Okay, so we'll do that. We've got a 3/3. Now, of course, if they top deck removal, I'm going to flip my computer into the lake because enters a battlefield, you may exile target card from a graveyard. Whenever you surveil, if operative is in your graveyard, pay 3. Okay, you may exile something from the graveyard. Okay, it doesn't matter for me. I'm not really working with the graveyard. Hello in the chat. Someone else came to visit. Say hello. I'm just trying to grind a little bit at the moment to get a little bit of gold so I can enter another event to get even more gold. And I'm working on my pirate deck that I'm trying to build. Yeah, whatever. Go ahead and take that pirate guy. He's okay. He's going to Davy Jones's locker. What's everyone's favorite deck archetype? I love discard mill in Dimir Evil Face. Okay, next, here we go. So we're going to sacrifice that Blood Operative because we need to cause a raid trigger, so that's fine. That's dead. Then I bring in a 4/4. Yeah, I'm barely surviving with 3 mana. You saw a moment ago I was getting mana flooded. Now I'm getting mana screw, but good thing I've got my treasure generator. So there you go. Raid the Arsonist. When it attacks, if when it gets summoned, if you've attacked, target opponent sacrifices a permanent. Ooh, they sacrificed their land. They really, really need that creature. And they have another land. Okay, perfect. This is going to go great. Because next up, we are going to... I don't have enough mana for that. I've only got 4 mana, so I can't raid again. Okay, let's bring out a 4/3. And I guess we'll just use up all of our mana. I won't be able to raid in with another 4/4. Okay. They're getting a little bit of bad luck on their draws. They're going to equip their own creature, maybe? So pay attention to when things are glowing. It shows people are looking at your stuff. Destroy my artifact, fine. Okay, got another 4/3. We need more lands. We need more lands, but we're in a very good position. Okay. I don't think they are long for this world. Let's keep a poisoner in case they want to attack and then insult to injury. We will flash in the poisoner. He's got flash, death touch 2/2. And okay. They had some bad luck. Always not good for your opponent to get bad luck, or yourself, you know, being magnanimous, but I don't care. What I care about is that gold. I'm a pirate, I need that gold. So, there we go, 25 gold. So now I have 500 gold, so now I can enter an event to earn more gold. And I want more gold for boosters to then get wildcards. If you're new in the chat, this is all the theory that I espouse in my masterclass video. You can go down there to the patreon.com/vmcampos, all the way on the corner. See down there? No, a little bit further, all the way down there. You watch that video. It'll tell you all about how to build decks in Arena. Short answer, because it's a 50-minute long video. Short answer, you engage in bread theory to pick cards to make a cool deck, fun deck, powerful deck, whatever, jank deck. Then you engage in 9-card theory to pick those cards. If you don't know what that means, go watch that video. I'm also going to put out a text version article of the video on Monday on my Patreon. So again, just go to that Patreon down there to see that. Okay, so part of the strategy is we need... Oh, and the other part is that we're doing it all for free without paying for any, you know, with real money, which takes a while because you're grinding a lot, but it's doable. And as you're grinding and playing and learning how the cards work and finding cool strategies, then hopefully you're also having fun. And part of that strategy then is to buy boosters for wildcards. So one way to get faster gold is to do some of these events. Now, it does take 500 to get in here, but then you get rewards such as 100 gold out of it, 200 more cards, etc. We've got 500 gold to enter the event, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use the deck that I made from the video. This follows my theory in the video. Well, the theory is actually built on the shoulders of giants. Let's take a quick look at this deck, and then we'll play with it. This is my Dino deck. It's sort of like a much more upgraded version of the Primal Fury deck that you get. And honestly, all of these precon decks you get are pretty good. If you play against the same power level, they're pretty good. If you play with stronger power levels, and if you're lucky and play it right, they're pretty good. So these are a great point to get started off with to do the upgrades. The problem with it is that they're not consistent. They throw a bunch of cards into the deck, which synergize, but it's not consistent. So part of the bread theory and 9-card theory is consistency. So here's this deck. In bread theory, B For bomb, you want bomb cards. You want cards that will go off on your opponent and win you the game if they can't deal with it. And basically, the Carnage Tyrant is the bomb of this deck. A 7/6 creature that cannot be countered. And it has hexproof, so it cannot be targeted. If the opponent can't get rid of this, this is a 7/6 trampler that's coming at them every turn. Full playset of 4. So that was 4 mythic rares that you needed. So, of course, it's doable with grinding and the rest of the theory, but that's there. Another bomb, a 4/4 Regisaur Alpha. It gives your other dinosaurs haste. If you've got the Regisaur out first, and then you bring out the Tyrant, Tyrant is coming in haste, trample. Plus, the Alpha gives you a 3/3 creature, a 3/3 dinosaur with trample, so it's already attacking. Another bomb, a 5/5 with haste for 5 mana and trample. Okay, well, that's B for bombs. A for aggro. Aggro, what are the cards that will help you get to where you need to go faster? So we've got the Llanowar Elf, a turn 1 play that gives you a 1/1 creature that then also gives you mana. So you're going to get mana way faster than your opponent if you've got out these A for aggro cards. Here's another aggro card, Otepec Huntmaster. Now, of course, 4 of those. Otepec Huntmaster, it's a 1/2, summon it, turn 2, dinosaur spells cost 1 less. Again, faster aggro to get to your bomb spells. Even better, tap this to give another dinosaur trample. So if you don't have your Regisaur Alpha giving everything haste, sorry, I mean haste, not trample. If you don't have the Alpha giving everything haste, you've got your Huntmaster giving everything haste. Another aggro, a 1/1 mana dork, just like the elf. It gives you mana instead of reducing the cost, like the Huntmaster, and it gives you a mana of any color. And once you've got a dinosaur on the field, it gets +2/+2, so you get a 3/3. Another aggro card, New Horizons. You attach it to a land. It gives the land the ability to give you 2 mana of any color. So again, more ramp, more aggro to get to your bombs. And you get give another creature +1/+1. So on turn 2, you should be able to do it to your elf, and it becomes a 2/2. And then you've got 4 mana on turn 3, and then 5 mana on turn 4, and then it just ramps. Then you've got R for removal. Got a lightning strike, 3 damage to anything. Get those threats out of the way. Their planeswalker, their creature, or the opponent. Double them up, 6 damage. And the other removal is Rabid Bite. This is a sorcery. You pick one of your creatures, obviously your big old dinosaur, and you have it deal damage to another creature. If you've got any of these 5/5, 4/4s, or 7/6 creatures out, this is going to do a lot of damage to any of your opponent's creatures. That is the removal. And then you've got the lands, 10 mountains, 10 forests, and 4 of the dual land. And that's bread. D is for duds. There's no duds here. Everything does more than one thing. And 9-card theory is that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 unique cards. I know that I like to play with a bunch of different fun, interesting cards, but that makes the deck less consistent. The 9-card theory is you have only 9 cards in your deck, 9 unique cards, 4 of each. And then you've got a whole 60-card deck that is very consistent. Could be very powerful. Sideboard. We've got some more removal in case we've got some... oops, got a notification here. Who's calling? Oh, it's my dad. What is he saying? So for something like Izzet Drakes, you want even more removal because they're going to be picking off your creature, so you want to hold off until you build enough mana. And then, oh, my dad's telling me he's finding a big old haul of Magic cards somewhere. These are Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Yeah, these are Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon cards. Just a moment, my dad's at the swap meet. Look for Magic the Gathering cards. Read the back. They should say Magic the Gathering. Not interested in these. But thanks. The photo shows, and I'll say yes if Magic. Thanks. The photo shows Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards. Someone's selling them at the shop. I don't want Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon cards. If they've got Magic cards, then gimme. Anyway, let's get back to this. Sideboard. Something for Izzet Drakes. Remove their Electromancer and remove all their little things while you build up to your big things. Broken Bond in case they've got enchantments or artifacts, plus you can play an extra land. Plummet if they've got flying creatures, get those out of here. Root Snare, I might add more of these. If they've got an aggressive deck like Boros, the current red-white meta, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt, so if they've got their horde coming at me, prevent it. And just more direct damage, 5 to a creature, or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to the face of the opponent, 10 damage. So that's the deck. Let's play with it. That's the deck I built from the video. Let's use it as part of the constructed event. See how many wins we can get. Now, there's no guarantee in any Magic tutorial that you will get a Tier 1 deck. Even when you look at the, Pro Tour winning decks, that doesn't guarantee that you will have the luck and skill of piloting it. So if I lose, that's okay. I'm not saying this is a Tier 1 deck. I'm just saying this is a fun deck, consistent deck, a deck that works in theory if you pilot it right. And this opening hand is fine. I would have rather had a Llanowar Elf. They had to mulligan. I would have rather had a Llanowar... They have to mulligan again. Llanowar Elf turn 1, turn 2. Okay, I can bring in my Otepec or my Driver. They've had to mulligan. That spells good news for me because I swear the mulliganing algorithm is horrific. Okay, so I've got the ability to either generate more mana or decrease my casting costs. I'll do decrease casting costs because I already have the 4th mana. Next turn, drop a land, charging Monstrosaur. They've got a 2/2 for strike. Game over. Okay. You know what? Oh, actually, my math is horrible, as you can see. I thought I already had enough mana. Oops. Anyway, next turn I've got enough mana. Okay, they're going to do their tome. Who cares? Here we go. We've got a 4/4 and a 3/3. And with this that gives this one haste, we're attacking for 7. And they've got a knight and a book. Good night. Okay, things to watch out for. In white, they probably have settled the wreckage. Actually, they don't. They're getting bad draws. That's excellent for us. Okay, here we go. Our strategy is online because look at this. We've got a Carnage Tyrant already. We've got this guy that gives this guy haste. And now I'm attacking... Shock and awe. I see that. Consistency in the deck. We've got aggro concession. Now, they were having, let's be humble, they were having bad draws. But, okay. Shadow Caravel, not great for my pirate deck. It gets +1 if you explore. There's no explore in that deck, so okay, thanks. There's one win. Let's see what we get here again. Now, okay, Karma. Karma is a B because probably my draws will also now suddenly not be so good. Karma or the algorithm is a B, but let's see. Send me all your good advice. We got 3 people in the chat so far. Cool. Thank you for joining. Say hello. Say your name and... Okay, so here we've got a turn 1 play with the elves and then some removal with the strike, and then we've got the Monstrosaur, which we're ramping into. Okay, not hating the deck. And then we've got the dual land that must come in, that will come in untapped if you've got that. Okay, they're going with Memorial to Folly, which is a black deck. Okay, go in for the attack. Okay, they've got 2 black that they didn't do anything with it. Monstrosaur is coming very close very soon. They've got something that they are holding back on with black. Duress. Non-creature, non-land. Okay, that's fine. Got their Lightning Strike out of the way. They've got their Field of Ruin, which they can take out my Crag. But that doesn't matter because I've got my 5/5. They probably have Murder. Cast down. Okay, close enough. Okay, so technically right now the deck has run out of gas. I'm going to need my creatures now. And what am I saying about Karma? Okay, nothing. What are they holding back on? So I might as well strike them. And then go in with a little poke. Full hand, 4 mana. What are they doing with that? Okay, Golden Demise. That's fine, I've got my lands. Okay, here we go. Pessimism, time to kick in. Game over for me. They've got a full hand. They're going to bring out their Doom Whisperer or Karn. I've got no creatures at all and nothing in hand, and I'm going to keep getting mana screwed, and they've got a Construct, and okay, I should just concede this game because here comes the Mana Flood. They've got their stuff online. Okay, chat, help me. I'm going to concede. If I get one person telling me not to concede, I won't. Because I cannot stand to get Mana Flood like this, and then their combos are all online. So I'm coming to it right here. Someone in the chat tell me something in the next 10 seconds, because I'm done with this. The people have spoken or not spoken. Okay, well, the Thanimal, sorry, you were a little too slow. But yeah, my pessimism is just like I can't stand it. When the algorithm hates you, it hates you. I just cannot stand when the algorithm goes screwy. You know, what was that already? 3 turns with Mana Flood. And then the next turn after that, what? Then I would get like my 1/1. It's like, I cannot stand that. And yeah, I'm way too pessimistic, quick on the trigger and all of that, but I'm too aggro. I'm not a defensive player very much. So let's see what we get this time. Let's play with the little Scorpion while our opponent has the task of picking. Okay, this is a very, very slow hand, but I'm not going to mulligan. My anger gets to me, but you are losing more than win percentage by conceding. Yeah, I know, but that's the thing. Do I care more about playing, having fun, win percentages? It's all valid. For me, I care more about playing. I'm fine if I stay in the bronze level forever because of concessions, because I just want to play, and sometimes it's jank decks. That's fun. Fine. I would love to be the silver tier and all of that. And I used to be silver tier back in the closed beta when there were less amazing players, back before they cracked the meta. I was a level 2 or 3 silver. I'm not that anymore because now there's just way too many good people, and I'm not here to be super competitive. I want to win, of course, but I want to play. But good points, the Thanimal. Okay, so they're doing Simic Merfolk. Yep, they're going to do Merfolk. This is another deck that I just auto-concede to, but let's not be that pessimistic. Because we've got our strategy in our hand, so they're not going to concede there. Okay, they're going to do Curious Obsession on their River Sneak after first getting one of their 1 casting cost Merfolks out. Oh, okay. Deep-Root Champion's good. Gives +1 to something else. That's a permanent, right? Okay. So, we've got 4 mana, and here we go. You've got your Merfolk. I've got my dinosaurs. With haste. There's 7 coming at you. I'm not saying that you have to be a diamond level pro or anything, but it's clear that you get angry and pessimistic when you lose. It's very clear, yes. So I shouldn't stream that often because people will see my true nature. But no, just kidding. But yeah, I get pessimistic, but I shouldn't be it this time because, oh, Carnage Tyrant coming in with haste. Why not? And then we've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 15 damage if they don't block. Okay, so a moment ago I was ready to throw my laptop in the lake, and now I'm ready to go run in the fields. Okay, so got that. 2 win, and let's see what's next. Adam 40k. That must mean they play Warhammer 40k. This is a slow deck, but it's got the ramp, so okay, we'll keep that. No turn 1 play. Bring in the tap land. Sure. Turn 2. Maybe we'll get a mana dork. They're in black. Okay, no mana dorks. That's fine. Turn 3. New Horizon. Double up my lands. Monstrosaur or Alpha. They're black-white. Okay, they're gonna do vampires. They're gonna have murder cast down. That card works way better once you've got a creature to +1, but now I've got here they're going to use up all their mana. Fine. I'm going to come in with a with a 4/4, 3/3 haste. Next turn, they will probably cast down or murder my 4/4, but then I've got a 5/5. Then they're taking their lumps with their Paladin of Atonement. Okay, they're gonna do their life gain here. Lightning Strike or okay, so they're gonna have a 4/4 very soon. That's fine. A Rabid Bite will take care of that. Don't stream, just know the goal of each game is to learn, and if you win, you don't learn, and if you rage and tilt, you also don't learn. Yep, I know. It's sounding very pessimistic and all of that, and if this is the first time watching me, then you're getting that opinion of me, and I apologize if it seems that way. I'm not that rage quitty, but alright, so I'm going to take out their Pride Mate. Excellent, because that critter can get pretty nasty. And then they'll gain their life. They get their Paladin. Okay, that's fine. Next turn, another Tyrant. Well, it doesn't have haste. Sure. Let's get that guy out. Alright, so they're going to lose that, plus a little damage left over. Then they're going to gain 3 life back. Fine. Ajani. Okay. Reaching out. Return. Gain 1 life. Good game. Okay. Well, this started off slow because I had no mana dorks in the beginning. It also benefited from them being pretty slow. They were at their low curve. Their big creature was the Paladin of Atonement, which I like, but when you've got dinosaurs breathing down your neck like that, then we got a Groot card, excellent, and we're there. Next game. Okay, so the other deck I'm trying to build is that pirate deck. And one of the first builds I had on Arena back when it was closed beta was a black-red pirate deck. And then my first like big ticket card was an Angrath Planeswalker. And I was like, whoa, I got my first Planeswalker in Arena. And I think that's one of the great things about Arena, that with, you know, 0 real money, you can basically own every Magic card out there. Alright, they're playing blue and white. I think the stronger play is to have the Huntmaster out earlier, because it can then give haste to your dinosaurs. They've got something going on there that it was pausing. Okay, they're playing red, white, and blue. This could be a counter spell here. It could be an opt. You know, it could be a lightning strike. We'll go in for a poke. They probably will have settle the wreckage. Okay, seal away. That's a possibility. That's fine. This takes away one of my ramp, but it deals with one of their... Okay, am I dealing with a Teferi deck? Okay, it's stalled a little bit on the land. Once I've got the next land, I can then bring in the alpha. In these colors, they probably have settled the wreckage. Okay, well, at least this will sort of help me ramp. Link got his treasure. Okay, that's enough for settle the wreckage, which they obviously have. And then I got some lightning strikes. Okay, let's send in the 3/3, which could get either settled or sealed. If they seal that, that's good. Draw 2 cards, okay. And then Ascanta, what does that do again? Look at the top 4 cards, reveal non-creature. Okay, so once you've got all the mana for it, you can start getting cards off the top of your deck. Okay, so they're going to be dealing with a control deck. So does that mean Teferi? Okay, Cleansing Nova. We're definitely dealing with a control deck. What's the end game? A Teferi, Crackling Drake. They're running Drake colors as well. Yep, there's Teferi. If I get one more land, I will be able to Lightning Strike Teferi, but most likely they've got the counter spells for it. Okay, so I didn't get that, but let's try to ping it, but they're going to have something for it. And then can we get him? Now, obviously, they've got another... Obviously, they've got another Teferi in hand. So they didn't counter it. We've got another Teferi in hand, and yeah, I'm getting Mana Screw right here. And then another Planeswalker. Okay, Rage Quit time? Let's see. So I'm going to try to take out that Teferi. Now, the thing about it is to be realistic, because once they've got a full hand and all of the lands and 2 Planeswalkers, is that really feasible that you're going to really do well? There's something to be said about being realistic. And they had all of their pieces in play. That is going to be an oppressive game. 2 Planeswalkers, counter spells. Like, I don't want to put myself through that. But we're doing very well so far here. 3 wins. Let's go for the next one. And my goal at the moment has been earning more gold for more wildcards. So we're doing well on that. And usually I stream for about an hour, so we're doing well on that. This is going to be a successful stream no matter what happens. Hanging out with people that are into Magic is always good. And, alright, so what do you got here? We've got Lightning Strike early on. Doing Izzet Drakes. You can tell by that dual land. Okay, so Izzet Drakes is all about doing some control, doing some damage. Goblin Electromancer, okay, not yet. They're going to fill up their graveyard with these instants and sorceries. And then bring out that Drake. I have the Rabid Bite to deal with it. I just have to play this just right because they have... Okay, so there we go. Drakes. Obvious Drake player is obvious. Okay, next turn I've got enough for my Reggie. Just have to be careful here. They have counter spells, obviously. Phoenix, okay, that's got haste, right? Okay, I had someone piloting the Arc Light Phoenix perfectly, and they were able to summon 3 Phoenixes out of the graveyard. No big deal. It was pretty amazing. But let's see how Dead Porky pilots their deck. Okay, Electromancer. Probably want to kill that right away since it's got the cost reduction. Then we can rapidly bite the Drake. And they've got Mountain. That could be like a Sure Strike or a buff. Okay. Then we've got our 4/4 and 3/3 to attack. They can probably still Sure Strike something to take out one of my guys. Then next turn, another Reggie. Yeah, they're gonna do something here. That's fine. Okay. Next turn, if I've got the mana for it, I guess the Carnage Tyrant. Which cannot be countered because they're in blue. Okay, so let's see what they got. If they do the Radical Idea again, that means their whole strategy is not quite there. That'll be good. I always love the art on that. You know what? I always thought she was like really jumping in the air, but now that I look at it again, she's on the floor. She's on her knees on the floor with her Radical Idea, and I thought it was like a superhero, like, yeah, type of a pose. But she's... no! What's going on here? And lucky me that I'm not logged in, because I switched through different accounts. Okay, there we go. I should have kept it log me in. That almost never happens. I swear this never happens. Okay. What's going on? My turn. Yeah, Carnage. And we'll see here. Oops, yeah, it was my turn, but the disconnected. What happened with that disconnection? Okay, they're gonna scry opt. Okay. Uh-oh, don't tell me it's gonna disconnect again. Maximize velocity, fine. We're going for a race. Well, actually, they're playing enough cards so they can get another one of them out of the graveyard, right? Yep. All right, there's number 2. Here comes number 3 with a... Okay, well, I guess if I don't get... Yeah, this is good game for them because... 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13... Oh, wait a minute, that's a good game for us, isn't it? Math. Okay, wow, that was close. That Phoenix is really cool. And if you know how to pilot the deck, that's good. All right, 4 wins, cool, 500 gold, cool. All right, even with that disconnect. Ooh, Nissa versus Nissa. Do you guys say Nissa or Nissa? Nissa? Even with that disconnect. Okay, now this is an example. I really don't think this... I don't have the colors I need. But I'm very wary of the algorithm. I don't know. I swear the mulligan algorithm is pretty terrible, so I'm not happy with that hand. But if we got this far, if we get beaten by a Yoshi, that's fine. We've gotten to our goal. We've piloted the deck a little bit more to kind of see what are its strengths and weaknesses, and got some gold. We got to hang out in the stream. So, okay, they're going with red. Mono red, any Chain Whirlers? I don't see Chain Whirlers anymore. That's not the new hotness anymore, but this might be a red aggro deck because that Pyromancer. Okay, cool here. Thank you. I'm going to go for something more sure because they're in red. They're going to kill this Huntmaster. Just a little shock, and then He's off to Valhalla. Okay, Gutter Snipe, you are dead because you can get out of control. I love Gutter Snipe, but not when my opponent has it. They're like, how did your forest generate red mana? Ooh, Steamkin, that's another one to get rid of right away. Gitu, does that one have haste already? Not yet, okay. One more land, holding back. Amazing strat right there. Okay. Let's strike out the kin. Now, they have enough for... Okay, good. They didn't have anything to retaliate. Then I've got this guy. If it lives, we can do the double attack with the Reggie. If it doesn't, we've got the Monstrosaur. Yep, dead. Expected. How about we come in with two big old dinos, hold back for the moment because they've got an aggro deck. Okay, Siege Gang, that's a good one. I need to get rid of that right away. Come on, Lightning Strike or a Rabid Bite. Now they have obviously something like Maximize Velocity or Sure Strike if they attack. Yep, you've got a Shock in hand. Okay, well, if I had my Lightning Strike, they're way too far in the lead. They're a red player. Banefire is going to finish me off, I know it. If I get a Lightning Strike, I'll be happy, or a Rabid Bite. Okay, they're building up a big ol' army of commanders so they can take me out or my creatures. So here it comes. Good job, Yoshi. You played your goblin deck very well. Okay. One more. Then they're gonna throw another goblin at me. Then they're gonna lightning strike me. Okay, good game here because they're just gonna throw more critters at me. So even if they take all of that, that's 15 damage. They would have just hurled the goblins at me. And then they would have hit me with that final shock or Banefire or Lightning Strike. Alright, so after we get our rewards, we'll see if we got any wild cards, and then we'll see about further building the deck, and that'll be the end of the stream in a moment. Fun. See that? Exactly. That was a fun way to finish it. Okay, so cool. We got our 4 wins. Let me screenshot that. And let's see what we got here. 500 gold. Nice. Diregraph, don't need that card at all. Baffling End, useful, but not in any of my current decks. And then the big card, oh, Etrata, nice. So I got another Etrata. That's for my other deck that I'm building. Let's look at that briefly, and then I'll sign off for the moment. So I've got another deck that I'm building here, this Etrata deck, again using the 9-card theory. And the bread theory. So basically we've got Etrata as the bomb card. Alternate win condition, I love that. A 3/5, 4 mana, Dimir colors, cannot be blocked. When she damages an opponent, if there's a creature on the battlefield, exile it, and then she gets shuffled back into the deck. If the opponent ever has 3 creatures that were exiled this way with her hit counters, they lose. So I can add one more of that. Oops, one more of that. Oh, okay, actually I had 0 of those and now I've got 1. Okay, so this deck is really far to get completed. Okay, we've got some dead weight in the main deck for removal. That's the one I'm going to kind of change around, perhaps. 1 mana to -2/-2 a creature. Okay. Vicious Rumors, I alternate between this one and Duress and Divest to have them discard. This one deals 1 damage, I gain 1 life, they discard a card, and from the top of their deck. Could be replaced with Divest or Duress, which those are also not in the collection, but a Divest will let me look at their hand, then I will force them to discard an artifact or creature. Duress is also a turn 1 play that will reveal their hand, and then I will choose a non-creature, non-land from it. Okay, so that's sort of changing up that. We got Burglar Rat. We got a 2 casting cost rat that will force them to discard. We've got the Dimir Spybug, 1/1 Flying Menace, which gets stronger with Surveil. We've got a House Mage that will Surveil whenever we want if we've got the mana for it. So this guy will get bigger and bigger. We've got a Thought Erasure to look at their hand, which also lets us Surveil, which forces them to discard, which makes their Spybug bigger. The Spybug bigger. Sinister Sabotage, Counterspell with Surveil, which makes the Spybug bigger. Etrata for the win condition, and then a big ol' 4/3 Dream Eater, Flash, Flying, Surveil 4, plus return whatever back to their hand. So that's another deck that I'm working on. And Swamps and Islands, plus a Watery Grave, Shockland. And it's a long way from being completed. I completed it in my other account. I've got more than one account that I playtest with. And that's that deck. So, all right, we'll be wrapping up here. Thanks for hanging out. If you liked the video or the stream, come back for the 11 p.m. stream. I'm going to be in my other account playing Draft. Let's draft some Core Set 2019 in my other account. And I'll show you some decks in that account. If you like the stream, head on over to patreon.com to see down there in the corner, patreon.com/VMCampos, to see some other stuff of mine, some of my other tutorial videos, other streams, videos about comic books. If you're so inclined, you can contribute to the Patreon. It's $1, gives you access to other things. $2, I will send you vintage Magic cards curated from my collection. Or $2 gets you a curated comic book from my collection. $5 gets you the comics and the Magic cards. Actually, $4 gets you that. $5 gets you something else. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. See you on Magic Arena.